You know, we've heard sometimes that the local church is the hope of the world. If you've been around here, maybe you've heard that. And when I think about the world right now, I think in some ways it's a scary place. Political rhetoric has gotten really, really negative. There's a lot of violence in the news. It can be really depressing to pay attention to what's going on in the world. And then we have this hope and we have this belief that the church matters in the middle of all that. Where do you see the church mattering in a world that is broken and needs hope and light and Jesus?
One of the primary reasons we're here is because this is a church that goes outside its doors. We're not a fortress where we come in and hide.
We look at our community, and one of the challenges that we have are broken families through any number of scenarios, and to seek out and to provide whatever resources those individual families need. We have a great deal of work to do, but a lot of hope that we serve a big God.
You know, we're in this society right now that thinks it's connected, but we're just not. You know, with social media, we all know what's going on with each other's life and what you had for dinner last night, but we don't know each other like we used to. And to me, Granger Community Church specifically has been critical in truly knowing people and being known. Getting into my small group and seeing people face to face and talking, they truly know me. I'm truly connected there.
People will respond to your story. They don't respond to me saying you should. They respond to I am, and I want you to come with me.
So much of the church mission begins on the individual level, the very personal level, and you take that with you out into the world. It seems the world's gotten crazy. It's an insanity, but I also know the world's temporary. So this temporary insanity, if you will, doesn't really get me down the way it would in the past, because I have hope. That's something I can take with me that empowers me to go out into the world.
I 100% believe to my core that if each one of us have some influence in the circle that's already around us, that would change the world. And then God opened the door for my wife and I and my family to lead the family mission trip here at church to Nicaragua. So we've gone there. We're going again in July. This will be the 6th time that we've gone. Our family in particular is like, after our first year, we decided to start sponsoring a kid. You know, so we watched this kid from being super shy. And then this last year that we went, his name is Ricardo, he actually gave his testimony, which I had never heard his testimony. He gave his testimony to our group. And he actually wants to become a pastor. You know, like I heard many people say, especially to my family, because I go with our whole family, you know, and they say, why do you go all the way to Nicaragua? You know, there's needs here in South Bend. I'm not afraid to get in a debate, and I said, like, what are you doing for South Bend? And then the conversation would end right there, you know. But
Monroe Circle, it's interesting, you know, here in town, for a long time, I'd go down and I just hear their stories. My job was really tough. I sat and drank coffee and heard people's stories. And I was sitting with a lady named Linda, and she looked at me and she said, this place here, she said, this is special. I said, what, Linda? She said, we matter here. We matter here. You understand, a place like this, what makes it worth it? It is that diversity. It's the fact guest services may not be your thing, but Nicaragua is, or Monroe Circle. There are so many ways here you can engage in meaningful ways and find your shape, find your place where you really plug in. And that's part of how the worth it becomes beyond measure.
We can talk about our values all day long, or we can live into our values, right? We can bring our friends and your kids along with you to see values in flesh and blood, and then it's not a head game, it's in their heart, right? No, it's worth it to live for other people, to follow Jesus, to give ourselves, to pray for his kingdom, and to see it come. Those things are worth it.